Good day, everyone. Kathy here with another episode of the Scrap and Crafty Gardener. Today, I'm going to be making a card using my scraps. My little brown pattern folder was getting a little full, so I wanted to use up some of these scraps. I went through and pulled out some browns in different shades. I even got a piece of burlap, just some different patterns. And I'm going to make some shapes out of them. Now, I'm going to be making my usual 10 by 7 card, 10 inches by 7 inches. I scored it at 5, folded it, increased it with my bone folder. And then I have a piece of gold mirror cardstock, this 6.5 by 4.5. And then I have 2 pieces of white cardstock, 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. And I'm going to turn this brown, and 6 by 4. Now, I've also picked out a couple of flag dies, 2 different layers, and what I'm envisioning is putting, I think, 4 across the card and then these stacked up on top of it, and then doing some stuff with that. So I'm going to pick out some papers, cut out my flag dies, and I will be back in just a moment. Okay, I am back. I have cut out some different ones. I kept some the same and then some different. So I want these 4 to kind of go across here. And now with the burlap one, I love the burlap one, but I'm thinking it's a little plain. So what I want to do is take a dark brown one. Oh, I've got them here. Where's my other dark brown? Oh, they're together. I want to take a dark brown one and glue it there to kind of give it a shadow, and glue another piece over here to give it a shadow. And these are paper, so they're not going to make much of a difference. All right, so I'm going to start by stenciling on here. And I have this stencil. This is from Practical Publishing. This is a magazine produced in the UK. And it's just like a little alphabet, random with numbers. And I'm going to stencil that on the background of this white piece. And I'm going to use GinaK's Kraft to kind of go with the brown theme here. And I'm kind of going to do it some spots darker, some spots lighter, just to make it look like a hit and miss kind of thing. And then I'll put a few up there where the stencil doesn't go. I see some spots will be dark, some spots will be light. Just again, I'm kind of making my own patterned paper for back here. Just like that. Okay. Now, I do want to stamp a sentiment. I want to use a happy birthday. And I have this happy birthday from Spellbinders. This is their Bubble Over. And I thought that was a nice little masculine birthday greeting. So many that I have are swirly and more feminine in nature. So out of this piece that I'm going to turn brown, I'm going to stamp my sentiment right out of the middle. That way I will use up something I wasn't going to use elsewise. And keeping with the brown theme, I'm going to stamp this in brown. I'm going to use, I think the VersaFine Clair in the color Pinecone, which is a dark, dark brown. If I don't like it, I can stamp it again in black. Oh, I do like that. There's just a little bit of something on the P, or no, the D on the birthday. Let's see if I can rub that off. There's just like a little spot. Yeah, it's better. Right. And I didn't bring my tidy towel down, so I'm just going to clean this off here with a wet towel. And then I chose a flag die. And of course, I covered it up here. This is from GinaK's Master Layouts. either 2 or 4, but I'll write that down and have it linked below. And I want to cut it out like that. But let me get this birthday back on the stamp. All right, get my stamping platform. Or my die cutting platform. I already had my stamping platform. Squish and pick it up. Run it through. And there, now I have my happy birthday sentiment to put on there. Now I'm just going to get a piece of scrap paper. I was given a whole bunch of copier paper that had been water damaged, and it will no longer go through a copy machine. So I use that for my scraps. I want to color the edges of this in brown, and I picked out 2 browns because I wasn't sure which papers I was going to go with. So I want to see what's going to look best, and I'm just going to write it on the inside here. That's pretty dark. Oh, I think that might go nicely. Or do I want the darker color? I'm going to go with the lighter color, which is E645 Burnt Orange. Now I'm just going to go along the edge of this and color this paper. Now, if I'd had a solid piece of brown cardstock, I could have used that. But use what you have. If you have a nice color for your background, go for it. If not, make one. Now that should fit inside here. Oh yeah, that does. That fits in there nicely. Okay. Now, I'm going to glue these. No, I'm not going to glue them together yet because I have some ideas that I might want to do. I'm going to take these flags, and the ones that are going behind the larger flags, I'm going to glue those flat to my card base. And I'm going to start just a little bit off the edge. And then I'm going to come over and put the other one on the other edge so that I can center the next 2. And this would just kind of look kind of cute if you just had a couple of them over here and you didn't want to do the whole card. But I have an idea and I want to give it a try. All right. And the papers I use, some are like this is a thin paper. This one is a textured cardstock. Move that one over just a smidge. Oops. My goodness, my glue press. Love this glue press. One of my best purchases. I haven't had the glue bottle dry up on me since I started using this. Well, I'll take that back. One time, and it was my fault because I had it at an angle and the glue dried up. Okay, now these parts, I'm going to glue this brown down to the back of this. And this is burlap paper, which cut very nicely on my die cut machine. I wasn't sure if it would. I did use a metal shim and then just trimmed it with a pair of scissors, but it cut beautifully. There, and that makes it look like you've got, well, you do have a shadow border around that. Now I'm going to pop these up in the middle, but I'm thinking I want to try some twine on here, and I don't know how it's going to look. I've got this brown twine. This is Darice's Baker's Twine. Let's see if I have it loose. Probably not. I do. You know, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to get a piece of Scotch tape and just anchor some Baker's Twine down. And I think I'm going to wrap it around a couple of times. I will go 3 times around. Then I'll just cut that and Scotch tape it down. That looks good. Now I can glue this down to here. I put a little bit of glue on the twine also. Okay. Now I'm going to put these two together. Now, if you had a sentiment you wanted to die cut out of this gold, this would be the perfect time to do it. I happen to have extra gold at the moment and a whole bunch in my little pieces, part scraps. So I don't have anything special I want to die cut out. But this is one way you can save on paper, is die cut something out of that. Now, if you get extra glue on the mirror, it just rubs right off. And I'm going to use my larger glue bottle here. Okay. Now, these I want to put down here. Well, not that one. Like that. But I want to pop them up. And so I'm going to use, I have these circles that I've had for a while. And the nice thing about these circles is they come with this extra packaging. So once you have the circles popped out, you can cut this whole packaging up and use that as a sticker too. This is coming together. I'm not sure how I had it pictured in my mind, but it's coming out better than I thought. You never know till you try something. Just get your dies out and experiment. Think of how you can use them differently. This would have been nice with even just rectangular dies or oblong ovals. Okay. Now I want to get that centered, and I'm going to pull it down just a hair so it's not quite at the top. This way it catches the twine in the cover. Right. This one's the center. And again, I'm going to pull it down just a little. Right. Now for the happy birthday. I think I'm going to put that right across the middle. Now, this one is taller because the burlap is a little thicker. So I just need a very thin dot. And these are very, very thin foam squares. And I'm just going to put one on the end of each of that. and then just glue in the middle. And that will level out this piece quite nicely. Doesn't matter if you get glue where you don't need it, because it will just dry. So if you got glue behind here, you didn't really need to put glue behind there, but it works nicely. All right, now to add a little bit of bling. I don't want to add a whole lot of bling since this is going to be a birthday card for a guy, but it could be for a girl too. Let me pick these up. And I love my pickup tool. I got this at an Adventures in Stamping scrapbook show, but if you haven't been to a Dollar Tree lately, they have these exact same ones that I paid more for two for $1.25 at the Dollar Tree. So I got my rhinestones I got for Christmas last year, and I'm thinking, no, I don't want to use the orangey yellow ones. I'm going to try just coloring a couple of these with that marker that I used. See if they're the same color or if they're, you know what? Those are the same color. All right, so let's just take a couple of these, and I'm going to put a large one and a small one there, and then a larger and a small one over here. Get that cat hair out of there. Need to get out my sticker. No project complete without cat hair on it. And then over here, I'm just going to take two of the little tiny brown ones, kind of angle them down here, and then two little tiny ones over here. And I think that's it. All right, that is my card for today. Thank you so much for watching. Get your scraps out, play and have fun. I would love to see what you create. Have a great rest of your day and catch you later.